On today's video, it's another budget update for you guys. In these videos that I do every single month, I walk you through exactly what our family finances have looked like throughout the month, what we've been spending, what we've been getting, and what we're saving. Our hope in sharing our family's budget with all the real numbers is to maybe give you guys some tips and ideas on how to manage your own family's finances. So if you're ready to stop living paycheck to paycheck and get control of your family's budget once and for all, you're gonna wanna stay tuned. Welcome back, Pearls. If you're new to this channel, you might not know that I do these budget updates every single month. But on top of that, this is where I talk all about finance, food, and fun, all ways to help you help your own family live your dream lives on less. If that sounds good, you're gonna wanna consider hitting that subscribe button. So for the month of October, not too much has changed, except that we are now in escrow in hopes of buying our first home. What comes along with that are some major changes to our budget. Though all those major changes really aren't gonna affect our lifestyle, our quality of living really at all. Things are gonna be tight for the first year. But anyways, let's just jump into the computer and I will show you guys what I'm talking about. First off, I just want to mention that if you don't already have a budgeting system that works for your own family, that's totally customized to how your family gets paid, to how your family needs to be spending your money to reach the goals and the things that you guys value most, then check out the links down below because I've created a beginner's budgeting toolkit for you guys. So what it includes is all of the Excel templates that you see in this video that our family is using, but it's a template so you guys can customize it to what you want. You don't have to have Excel to open it. You can download the file, open it, and you can open it actually in Google Forms. So that's a 100% free program. Also, if you're a pen and paper type person, the whole toolkit also comes along with different printable forms that you can print off totally for free. So make sure to check that link out down below. Just to kind of give you a real quick recap, this top section up here is just where we track to make sure that we've paid our bills on time. Here are additional monthly expenses on top of our monthly bills like insurance, water, credit cards, Netflix, all that stuff. So I'm not going to go through these right now, but you can hit the pause button if you want to look and see exactly what items we have in each list. Then this is the cash envelopes that we use, and make sure that you pay attention to all titles because you'll see right here, this little section is amount per paycheck. So you need to double all of these numbers to see exactly what we are putting away every month. But we do it per paycheck because that is what has worked perfect for our family. Every single paycheck I take out $615 for our cash envelopes. And since we've been doing it for a while and we feel comfortable, we might be moving on to like a digital cash envelope system, but we'll see. And I do not recommend doing that unless you have already done the cash system for a while now and you guys feel really a lot more in control of your spending. So anyways, we'll talk about that in another video. Then because my husband gets paid every 2 weeks, which works out to be about 2 times a month, yes, 2 times a month, we split our bills per month. So this is what we pay. We split our bills per paycheck. So this is the bills that we pay with our first paycheck, bills we pay with our second paycheck. And that helps us so we're always ahead of the game. We're always 1 month ahead of all of our bills. I have a video that I'll link for you guys as well that explains how we were able to get a month ahead, even when we were living on one very modest income. Okay, so again, just push pause if you want to get a more in-depth and look at all the numbers that go into this. This section over here is really just for my like little number crunching that I do every month. Okay, so the big things, first let's go over to savings real quick. You guys can see that our emergency savings has still stayed at $1,600. Our house savings is at $12,837. Our goal is $15,000, which means that we need an additional $2,900. And that is just the cash remaining that we need to have in hand to actually move into the house and have all the services and gas and propane all set up, ready to go when we move in, which we're hoping will be January 1st. And we have plans and are not worried about getting that cash. We would like to have an additional $4,000 emergency house savings. So that will have to come into play after we get all the cash in hand that we need. Our Thanksgiving trip, we need $960. We've met that goal. Disneyland trip we were hoping to maybe do in February, but when the opportunity to purchase the house came along, that just might have to wait till 2018. That's okay. Anyways, and then I just started keeping track of other things that our dreams would be. So I keep them on here, although we don't have a goal and we're not working towards it right now. We want to keep it in our sights so we know what to work for in the future. Then down here is just where you can see I keep all the savings ledgers. So in the month of October, we were able to put $2,025 away with the first paycheck and then $1,440 with the second paycheck. Now keep in mind that some of that is from my Pennies into Pearls paycheck. So in October, I took home a paycheck of $1,650. Keep in mind that is a combination between all avenues through my YouTube channel and my blog as well. Okay, so the big changes that are coming, and I'm going to go into this a lot more in detail once our whole house buying process is hopefully finished and things work out. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I share a lot about this stuff on my Instagram stories. But what I'm saying is hopefully it works out because there's a lot of liens and legal things that the owner has to take care of in order for this to go through. So it's going to take a while. We might not even move in until February, maybe March. We'll see. Hopefully it's sooner. But here are some things that we had to adjust in order to be prepared for our new expenses. I'm a little bit nervous to share this with you guys, only because we're beefing up our expenses quite a bit. So let's just jump into it and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So tithing is always going to be 10%. So it's not always a strict 240, but it's 10% of whatever additional income we receive for that month. Husband's paychecks are usually around $2,400. But anytime I take a paycheck home from Pennies into Pearls or anything like that, we just pay a straight 10% off of that to our church. Then, so keep in mind, this is the first paycheck, second paycheck. So what we do is we split our rent up currently, which is only $1,200, which is insane for a 3-bedroom house in San Diego. But with our mortgage, it's going to be close to $2,800 a month. Maybe $2,850 is what our total mortgage is going to be, and that includes all the taxes, homeowners insurance, all of that. Here are the adjustments we had to make in order to compensate. So before, we were putting $600 away per paycheck for rent. Now you'll see that it's more than double that per paycheck. We're going to be putting away $1,475 per paycheck for that. Car insurance is going to stay the same. Water is going to stay the same. And actually, water might be going down because water prices supposedly are a lot cheaper where we're moving. So that might be good. Car insurance might be going down because we can now bundle that with our homeowner's insurance. So that might be beneficial. All of the changes I've made, you can see, have been added in pink stuff. So for the first year, we might only be able to be putting maybe $100 per paycheck, maybe only $100 per month into savings. So that's the biggest change, and that's the thing that's the most nerve-wracking for me, because before we were putting thousands of dollars into savings only because our rent is so low. So that's just how it has to be for the first year. There's some plans that we have going forward with Pennies into Pearls that I'm going to be able to start bringing home more money. Husband's job should be getting a raise come next summer. And then as well as all of the tax breaks that we'll get when it comes to our taxes. So for the first year, it's going to be tight. And again, I'm going to do a whole video specifically on adjusting our budget from rent to a mortgage and all of the new costs that are associated with this. But I just thought, because in December, we're going to start living off of this budget, I wanted to kind of give you guys a head start and kind of see what we're thinking. We need to add trash. We don't currently pay trash. It's included in our rent, but I don't know how much that's going to be quite yet. And then gas, we currently do $175 per paycheck to go towards gas for our cars. Gasoline. So we're going to bump that up to $250 because this is about 20 miles east from everything that we do. Our family, our friends, our jobs, husband's job, the beach, everything. It's a little bit further out there, so we're bumping that up.
$75 per paycheck, $150 per month. And that might even need to go up a little bit more. Cash is $565. It used to be $615, but we had to cut some expenses, and we're going to start trying to cut even more expenses. We bumped up our budget recently and added babysitting in, but we just took that out. And now babysitting is just going to have to come back out of the fund budget. So we're going to be creative with our dates if we have to have a babysitter. So that's why cash is now down to $565. And then all the other bills will stay the same for that. Tithing again, mortgage again is going to be more than double what our rent is. Power and gas, currently that's about what we pay per month. But there's propane on the property, and I did speak with the propane supplier yesterday and got a good idea of how much it's going to cost to initially get started and then how much it's going to cost annually. And then if you break that down monthly, I think between our power, which is pretty much just going to be the lights, and then all our appliances are gas, I think we're going to be right around that number. So I think we'll be good. Again, savings is going to be minimal. Gas is going to be upped, and then internet. Because we're living out in a rural community, I kind of wanted to make sure that we have a landline. So we're going to try out bumping up our internet. It's going to be internet and phone. Let me just add that in here real quick. So that'll be $140, and we're currently paying $60. And I didn't really try to haggle with them too much on that. So, well, and it's basic cable too, but I mean, it's like the dumb channels. So anyways, those are the main changes that are going to go into our budget once we start, once we own a home. Hopefully it's sooner than later. I would love to hear all of your guys' advice for things that you budgeted in when you bought your first home, or any home for that matter. Leave those all down in the comments below.
So there you guys have it. I've mentioned in the past that I am trying out a couple different things. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I'm trying out a couple different budgeting apps on our phone, and then also they have desktop or computer versions as well. So let me know if there's any information that I left out of our budget updates that you would like to see in upcoming videos. Thanks you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye!